Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the North Wilkesboro weekend for Cup and the Truck Series. But before we get into that, let's first talk about next week's schedule race, which is at Charlotte for Cup, Xfinity, Trucks, and the ARCA Menard Series as well. Friday, May 24th, 11:40 a.m. and 12:40 p.m. will be practice qualifying for the ARCA Menard Series. You can watch it wherever. I don't really know where you can watch it. 1:35 p.m. and 2:05 p.m. will then be practice and qualifying for the Truck Series. Both then will be on FS1. At 3:35 and 4:05 p.m. will then be practice and qualifying for the Xfinity Series, also on FS1. Then at 6 p.m. will be the ARCA Menard Series race for the running of the General Type 150. That'll be on FS1 and MRN. And then also at 8:30 p.m. will then also be the Truck Series race for the running of the North Carolina Educational Lottery 200. That'll be on FS1, MRN, and Sirius XM. Then on Saturday, May 25th at 1 p.m. will be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the Bet MGM 300. That'll be on Fox, PRN, and Sirius XM. Interesting that that's on Fox. Interesting there. 5:05 p.m. and 5:50 p.m. will then be practice and qualifying for the Cup Series. Both of them will be on FS1, PRN, and Sirius XM. And finally, on Sunday, May 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Cup Series race for the Coca-Cola 600 on Fox, PRN, and Sirius XM. Let's now have a look now at the Truck Series results. And the winner of NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at North Wilkesboro is Corey Hine. Then we have Grant Finger, Lane Riggs, Brendan Queen, Sammy Smith, Christian Eckes, Nick Sanchez, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Dye, and Stuart Friesen round out the top 10. Then Ty Majeski, Jack Wood, Taylor Gray, Roger Cruz, and Ross Chastain round out the top 15. And one driver failed to qualify, that being Eric Arola for Hattori Racing Enterprises, but that's mainly because that it rained during qualifying. So actually would have actually been Trey Hutchins the third if it didn't actually really rain. But not a lot of stuff really happened in this race. Like I can't really think of anything other than shout out as well to the rookie, in the number 1 Tricon Garage driver, Brendan Queen, or Butterbean as his nickname. He basically had a comeback performance after a pit lane speeding penalty. Came up to top 5 to finish in 4th place. Very, very impressive there from Brendan Queen, who I'm pretty sure is also a Cars Tour winner as well. He's basically won quite a few short track races throughout the US and the country. So I think he definitely deserves to be in the Truck Series, especially just how much talent he has. And I mean, if he came 4th place in North Wilkesboro, is pretty impressive there. But we'll see how he goes in the bigger tracks, if he is going to be making more starts. I mean, hell, look at Lane Riggs. He did really, really well here. Finishes, I'm pretty sure this is his first top 5 of the season, and also in his career as well. Maybe I'm wrong. And he has struggled on the bigger tracks like Kansas, Daytona. Martinsville was actually alright. I can't actually remember what actually happened in Martinsville. I think he might have crashed down, pretty sure. But either way, I mean, it might be another like Lane Riggs moment or something. Not really too sure, but yeah, not a lot of stuff really happened in this race. So let's now have a look at the other finishes outside of the top 15. Tanner Gray, 16th, not really good stuff from him. Who else we really have to talk about? Matt Crafton, top 20 finish after finishing 2nd in stage 2. Oh boy, Jake Garcia also has some problems as well, finishes down 21st. And Ben Rose, the three ThorSport trucks struggling a lot. I think Ben Rose, he was competitive, but then he kind of fell off as well. Dawson Sutton, another driver who also made his debut here as well. He finishes in 28th for a 2nd Rackley Wall Racing truck. I think there was also some issue with Connor Jones, and I think maybe it was either his crew chief or his spotter. I think Jones was complaining that he can't steer because he has no power steering, and then he said, I think one of them basically said that, but you're a man, deal with it. So that's interesting. And down last place, like not surprisingly, is Trey Hutchins III with a transmission problem. Let's now have a look now at the All-Star Open results and also the All-Star Main results. So this is now the All-Star Open results, and that was won by Ty Gibbs. Bubba Wallace in 2nd, both of them advanced to the main race, followed by Josh Berry. Justin Haley was very impressive in this race. Noah Gregson, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Priest, Austin Dillon, and Carson Hocevar ran out of the top 10. Then Kaz Gralla, Corey LaJoy, Harrison Burton, Jonathan Nemechek, Todd Gilliland. Daniel Hemrick, Zane Smith, Eric Jones, Timmy Hill, and down in last place is Austin Cindric, who I'm pretty sure collided with Carson Hocevar or something. But the fan vote winner was surprisingly Noah Gragson. I was not expecting it. I legit thought it was going to be Carson Hocevar. So that really surprised me there. But either way, that is the results for the All-Star Open. Not a lot of stuff really happened. I mean, there was some, obviously Cindric did obviously crash, but that was kind of the main thing. I think Timmy Hill, I think, also went out of pit lane at some point, but oh no, that's really about it. Tiger Gibbs just dominated this race. And another domination as well for the All-Star race winner, Joey Logano. Then you have Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, and Kyle Busch ran out top 10. He had a very eventful day. And then we have Noah Gragson, Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, AJ Allmendinger, William Byron, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. down in last place. Well, let's talk about the fight that happened after this race between Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So basically what actually happened and what caused this was basically on lap 1 at the very start of the race, where it looked like Stenhouse didn't give Kyle Busch a lot of room and forced him out into the outside wall. But from other angles, it didn't really look like that Stenhouse actually touched him. He might maybe force him out wide, but he didn't touch him. But for Kyle Busch, he thought he obviously thought of other things, and basically took Stenhouse out on lap 2. Pretty bad there. So his day was done instantly on the first 2 laps. Oh god, I do feel bad for Stenhouse and JTG, but he waited for the entirety of the last 198 laps. That's also because there was no tunnel, so you couldn't actually leave, and he could only leave until the gates were open, which is obviously after the race. And he waited. He actually waited, and as soon as the race finished, he was waiting down in Kyle Busch's hauler with that beautiful meme template picture of what it looks like from like NASCAR 2004, maybe NASCAR 2005, somewhere in like those like EA games. It was quite funny. Obviously they were having an argument, they were talking, all the stuff. Stenhouse basically told Busch to watch the TV because he was didn't touch him. Kyle Busch disagreed, and then there was a swing from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and it actually landed. It was a pretty good punch. So obviously Busch, he was a bit surprised there, but the only thing I did not like about that fight was that fucking Ricky Stenhouse's dad came in, and I am not a fan of especially like family members coming into the fight. That just shows of just how much you a pussy you are. And obviously yes, I can understand. Obviously yes, you are protecting your son, but like, leave it to the drivers. He's not a fucking kid. My god. Anyways, it was a scuffle. It was definitely a scuffle. Shout out as well to Bob Parker with his beautiful picture, which will also definitely as well be a meme template. There was so many like meme-worthy photos as well that I'll put up on screen right now. But it was a very bloody fight. It was not as bloody as like 2014. Also, no, 2015, pretty sure was Texas, where it was Keselowski versus Gordon, or Busch versus Logano in Las Vegas 2017, I believe. So it wasn't as bloody as that, but I mean, it was still a pretty decent scuffle. Another one, was the tire option a good choice? Now, coming to this race, they had 2 tire options, the prime and the option. So I think the prime was the hard tire, the option was the soft tire, and it didn't give out a lot of variety as I thought it would be. Apparently in practice, that like I think if you put on the soft tire, the max laps would be like 40 laps. But here they like survived to like lap 100, which really surprised me. And there wasn't a lot of passing. It was an alright all-star race. I mean, the fight definitely helped it. But it was just, I mean, you couldn't really pass Joey Logano. I mean, hell, Brad Keselowski, he led the only one lap that Logano didn't lead. So that just shows how dominant he was, and obviously track position was a big thing about it, but like, it was an alright race, but there wasn't a lot of passing. I mean, it was definitely a lot of passing down the order, but there was no battling for the lead, I will say, so bit disappointing there. The tire options, it was a good gimmick. I quite like that gimmick. I think NASCAR should definitely give that a chance, maybe on some selected tracks, we'll say. But yeah, Joe Logano, he dominated this race. That's all I can really say. And the only memorable thing as well about this race will be that fight between Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch. Let's now have a look now at the Truck Series standings. So here are the standings now after North Wilkesboro for the Truck Series, and Christian Eckes is still in the lead, only though by 4 points over Corey Heim. Then we have Ty Majeski, Nicholas Sanchez, Taylor Gray, Tyler Ankrum, Roger Caruth, Grant Finger, Ben Rhodes, and Tanner Gray ran out the top 10. Now Matt Crafton and Daniel Dye, both of them in 11th and 12th. The biggest movers were definitely Grant Finger. I mean, he moved up 3 spots, while Matt Crafton was the biggest loser, going out 3 spots. So now, guys, to comment, and subscribe. It really helps, especially on this channel. No NASCAR Cup Series standings, considering that this was just an expedition, so no points were given there. But $1 million though to Joe Logano, so that'll be very handy there for him and Team Penske. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.